Hi guys, welcome to part 2 of my King Tiger build. This is the Takom kit with the full interior, and if you saw my previous video you will know that I've already built the interior of the lower hull and painted it. In this video I'm going to build and paint the turret and its interior, and then I'm going to do weathering on all of the interior before I close it up. So of course this kit has hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of parts, and lots of even the small sub-assemblies like the machine guns and so on have a dozen parts or more. So I'm not going to show every individual little step of the build, but I am going to try and give you an overview of how it goes together. So overall I think this kit is well engineered, but one mistake I feel that Takom did make is keeping the ammunition in the racks all together. It makes it really hard to paint them. Luckily not much of the ammunition will be seen in the way I'm going to pose it, but still it would have been nice to have them separate, and also to have the option to have empty ammunition racks as well. So here is the interior of the turret, painted in cream white. And on the outside of the turret, I've added a little indentation here to try to represent a shell strike. And I've painted that red to represent the primer. And on the opposite side, I've scraped away a little bit of the Zimmerit and painted that red as well. So this turret basket, even without the main gun, is quite a complex piece. There must be the best part of 100 parts here that all go together. I haven't showed all of the sub-assemblies because it would just be a long video if I did that. And here is the completed turret interior. It's pretty crammed, as you can see. And then here it is with the ammunition racks in place, and the turret exterior goes on like so. It's quite a tight fit, but it should be okay. And with the turret complete, I'm now going to move on to finishing the hull. So you can see here on the side skirts, I decided to remove 2 sections of skirt and just make a little metal bracket in between. I just made that using a small piece of photo etch from the side of one of the photo etch sprues. So in the final build of the model, I'm going to leave one of these top panels off, but I'm going to put them all in place now just so that the top is square and everything fits in place and so on. And here is the completed painted lower hull. And the upper hull will just slide over the top like so. But I'm not going to attach that now. Before I do that, I want to do a little bit of grime and dirt weathering to the exposed areas, so around the fighting compartment and the engine compartment. So fitting the upper hull to the lower hull was actually really quite difficult. It took quite a lot of persuasion to get it into place, and even then there were some definite gaps. There's a gap at the front which will need filling, a gap at the rear. There were also some gaps sort of under the sponsons as well, which are not quite so important because they won't get seen, but I will fill them as well. And here is the fully constructed model, having had a coat of Tamiya Dark Yellow 2, and I used some black pre-shading underneath this layer just to give it a little bit of tonal variation you can see there. And then the final part for this video was to add some XF52, which is flat earth, as a little bit of camo. I know that's a bit lighter than the normal brown that's used for German camo, but it does darken up as clear coats are applied. Okay, so as always, thank you very much for watching. I have actually made some progress beyond what I'm showing here in the video, but not really enough to either add to this video or to make a complete separate video yet. But the next video should be out fairly soon, and that will have some basic weathering for this coat, and then a white camouflage coat put over the top, and then some finer weathering of the overall piece, and then it will be finished at the end of that third video. Okay, so thank you very much for watching. Until next time.